Hello, everybody. Good afternoon, beginning of the afternoon. It is Monday, the 9th of December. We are moving decisively into December here, and I am really glad that you are here with this community of practice that we are developing to be a part of these meditation moments for a Monday, which I come with the kavanah, as we say in the Jewish spiritual lexicon. I come with the intention that this time that we spend together might bring you an added measure of clarity and peacefulness, and maybe even some simcha, maybe even some measure of joy along with it. So we are going to get right into it here. I'm going to uh, walk the talk here and get myself comfortable, and I want to encourage you to do the same. Uh, Take the time to allow sitting here to be an activity worthy of your care and attention. Make this time a mincha, a gift, uh, not only to the universe and to your community, but also a mincha, a gift to yourself. So do take the time to check in with your body as you settle in and get yourself in a position where you can feel as comfortable and as at ease as possible. We return to this phrase that the teacher Rabbi Shila Peltz-Weinberg uses in one of her meditations, where she speaks of sitting with dignity and with presence. Um, so, that said, I'm going to do my customary taking off of my glasses here, and with that, encourage you to try just letting your eyes be gently and softly closed. And if closing your eyes feels awkward or just not appropriate for you at this time, you can just allow yourself to find a spot somewhere in front of you and just let your eyes be gently closed. We begin with words from the Tanakh, from the Hebrew Bible, that are likely familiar because we sing them so often. The words are Hine matov umanaim. Hine, behold, notice. Matov umanaim, how good and how lovely, how pleasant it is. Shevet achim gam yachad, when we are able to sit together like brothers and sisters, like people who care about each other in the best and most wholesome sense of what a family can be, might be. Hine matov, how good it is. Umanaim, how lovely, how pleasant. Shevet achim gam yachad, when we sit together in this way. And although at this moment you might likely be alone, not together in a group, this is an opportunity to explore with open curiosity, what in Hebrew we call sometimes hitlamdut, the desire to learn from our experience, to explore what it's like to be physically by oneself, if that is your situation at this moment, but at the same time to be aware of the fact that you enter this mishkan, this shelter, this tabernacle of practice on your own, and yet you do so as well as part of a kehillah, as part of a larger community. Because of our differing schedules and the busyness of our lives, while some of us may be here on real time following this right now, others may be joining us at some other time, perhaps later this afternoon or this evening. Some of us may choose to listen and practice and participate tomorrow morning as their day gets going. But we can have our intention, our kavanah at this moment, reflect an awareness that even being physically by ourselves, we are not truly alone. We are part of a community of intention, of kavanah. So let your awareness have room for the fact that there are likely others at this moment, and those who came before, and those who came after, who value this practice and this time and this mode of contemplation and prayer, if you will, and see how knowing that you are part of a greater community of individuals who, like you, have set time aside to do this, see how that truth, that fact, and that awareness lends strength and support to your experience of this practice at this moment. You might even make space in your heart to offer silent wishes or blessings of well-being to all who are part of this community before, now, or later, for all who sit like you do at this moment. Offer that blessing, if you will, with the intention that this time might give all in this community, everyone, something of what will lift them up in their life, will strengthen them in their life, regardless of what is going on with them, regardless of what they need. Whether they need a measure of healing, refuah, a measure of joy, simcha, a measure of chokhmah, of wisdom, a measure of gevurah, strength and endurance and stamina. Make room in your heart for the blessing to all of my fellow travelers in this community, this kehillah, and in this practice. May you be blessed with what you need. And may this time bring into your life a measure of what you need. And then see what it's like to bring into your heart, and indeed into your body, the energy of blessing and well-wishing that comes from their wishes and their hopes and their prayers and blessings for you at this moment. What is it like? What might it be like to know and to feel and to make room for the gift of goodwill and concern and love, ahava, that is being directed at you, toward you at this time? Feel that loving concern. It is real and it is there. And just as you direct your loving concern, your blessings toward others, they direct their love and concern toward you. Feel how good it is to be lifted up in this way, to be cared for in this way. And now, let me invite you to very gently, very, very gently and softly shift your awareness, your focus, toward how it feels to you in your body to be breathing this day and this moment. On the next in-breath, the next inhalation, notice the shifts in your body, the opening of your rib cage and the filling of your abdomen as you breathe in, making room for Nishmat Chayim, what Torah calls the breath of life. And then notice what it's like and how the body moves and shifts in such a subtle way as you let the next breath go. As the rib cage and the abdomen contract and fall, letting your breath out into the open sky. This breath of life that connects you to all life, to all creatures on this earth. So we'll spend a minute or two with this experience of breathing. And when your attention wanders, as it inevitably will, because this is the nature of our human minds and hearts, when you suddenly realize that you've followed a thought off into some story of what happened or what might happen, without even the smallest grain of criticism for having fallen away from the intention of noticing your breath, greet that moment. Oh, I forgot about my breath. Greet that as a cause for celebration, because it is in fact a moment of waking up, a door through which we walk to come back to our breath. So if your eyes are still closed, you can let them remain closed for another few moments. We're going to sing together to bring this guided and silent meditation toward its conclusion. Um, Past couple of weeks, first couple of weeks together, we've been singing Hineni. And here is a nigun, a melody that is very similar to that one, and also has just one word. The word is shalom, wholeness, completeness, and peace. And this is really slow, and we'll sing it a few times. It's pretty simple. It goes like this. Shalom, 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 shalom. That's the whole thing. Let's try to do it together. Shalom, 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 shalom. And one more time. Shalom, 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 shalom. All right. So, do take your time. No rush. And whenever you are ready, you can feel free to let your eyes open. So nice to spend this time with you. Quickly, just to say a word about the parasha, the Torah portion for this week. It is known as Vayishlach, which means he sent forward. Last week, in Parashat Vayetze, Jacob, who has had this very tortured and difficult relationship with his brother, runs away from home. And while he is away from home, in among the kinsfolk of his mother Rebecca in Haran, he gets married. He has all sorts of adventures. His father-in-law Laban is rather dishonest and manipulative, and he suffers because of that. And eventually, in this week's portion, Vayishlach, Jacob rather, is on his way back home. Things have really soured back with his in-laws, and he decides it's time to leave. God says, it's time for you to go. He heads back home where he knows that he must finally come into contact with the brother whom he hasn't seen in decades, with Esau. Jacob anticipates that his brother is still going to be angry at him, that he might try to do harm, physical harm, to him and to his family. But when at last the brothers meet, there's so many wonderful narratives in this story. When the brothers finally meet, they embrace and they weep and they kiss. And Jacob rather says to his brother Esau, seeing your face is like seeing the face of God. And in context, there's all sorts of interesting ways that teaching, or that verse rather, can be understood. But just on its own, that phrase, seeing your face is like seeing God's face, is stunning and beautiful, and can draw our attention toward the ways in which, as the Jewish famous philosopher Martin Buber put it, the ways in which true encounter with another human being is also true encounter with God. And because we're running out of time, I will leave you with that deep thought to contemplate. Thank you so much for being here. It's just a joy to spend time with you. Thank you for the opportunity for me to strengthen my practice by sharing this with you. Have a good week. And looking forward to seeing you next Monday and also hopefully over the weekend over this coming Shabbat. All right, everybody. Take care. See you soon. Bye bye.